Hey guys, due to some technical difficulties, the first couple of episodes of HorrorVision were not played by those dates. So I am going to be playing the exact three reviews that I am going to be doing. The one which is The Screaming Skull, and then Nightmare on Elm Street's remake, and then the other one is going to be Kane See No Evil, which is going to be this date. So all three episodes are going to be published on their dates, but Kane See No Evil will be uploaded tonight. But the other two are going to be uploaded by this afternoon. So I'm sorry for the wait, technical difficulties, and once I get my room back in order, um, we're all going to be happy people here on HorrorVision. HorrorVision is still going on. I am not going to stop it until the 31st. So just relax. We are almost done. We're almost there. So on to the video. The Screaming Skull was released on January 1958. If there's one thing you need to know about this movie is that it has probably the worst husband imaginable. No joke, no exaggeration, this has the worst husband imaginable. Eric Whitlock, played by John Hudson, wants to drive his own wife insane, Jenny Whitlock, played by Peggy Webber. Oh, my mistake, not just wife, second wife, because his first one died by slipping on a lily pad and falling onto a rock. I would say it was the storm's fault because there was a storm back then. And the best thing he can do is basically drive her insane by using his wife's skull. So this guy is not only a weirdo, he is also a necrophiliac. This movie is just a mess. Not only is it a mess, I don't know what the whole plot point is other than, the husband driving the wife insane type part. But really? I've seen better ones beforehand, and trust me, there are better ones on the list I got. But for real? This is the best that they could come up with? One thing I'll give this movie credit for is that it has the atmosphere. The dark nights in the mansion, and even the sound effects feel old school. But you forget that this is the late 50s. This should have been at least a good film. The good thing is it's not a B movie, but it turns out to be a B movie because, well, there's nothing really scary about it. Mostly I would say that the skeleton should have been something different than just scaring someone. It should have been alive. Oh wait, it is alive. When the husband gets attacked, that just... come on, for real? This is one thing. I mean, thank God he's getting his ass handed to him, but for real? This is what happens? This film is just a mess. I don't think I've ever seen a film this terrible in my life. This movie is nothing more than a mess. It's a mess. I don't understand why, but it's got the atmosphere. The skeleton part could have worked in a sense, but it just didn't. Not even in the slightest. Do I have to get the one movie credit here is just that, the atmosphere. It was nothing more than just a laugh riot, and yet the trailer and the beginning of the film clearly states that you will die of fright if you see this movie. Die of fright? Really? You're that... It's either they were completely desperate or they were proud of themselves with this movie. The problem is with most of these movies, I think it was during a DVD pack of 50 movies that there were jump cuts. And still to this date, there were jump cuts. There was not a flowing transition. You know, like those flowing transitions that you normally see. The fade-in transitions, or the classic cartoony transitions where it's like a bar that just goes this way. That's a transition. If that transition almost looks like YouTube-based style transition, where it's mostly just, well, again, a jump cut. It's not a good jump cut either. It's completely useless. I don't even know what the meaning of it was. It's a jump cut? Really? Looking at this movie today, it is literally outdated by today's standards. And even for January 1958, I'm lucky that this thing is a low-budget movie anyhow. It's not made by Universal, Columbian Pictures, nothing. It's just an independent movie, low budget, stinker that nobody should even look at. But if you really want to have a good horror laugh riot and literally just, like, I would say have like a drinking game with your pals with, other than Stephen King's It. Oh, we'll get to those soon. But if you prefer something different than that, this movie's for you, then. It's something crazy that I think you have to see it for yourself. It's almost similar to The Room. It is that bad that I think you have to see it with your very own eyes. It's still well known by most YouTubers, mostly Cinemassacre's Monster Madness. But other than that, it's a movie that I think nobody should recommend to be watching. And now this remake, we're onto a remake now. This remake, do I think it could have worked? Let's wait and see until tomorrow. Just remember, it's not gonna make you scream, but sure will make her scream.